My name is Arthur Bennett, and I'm 78 years old. I never thought I'd live long enough to bury my own son. Losing him was like losing the air I breathe. My son, Daniel, was my pride, smart, kind, and patient, the kind of man any father would be proud to raise. When he married Claire, I thought I was gaining a daughter. Little did I know I was opening the door for heartbreak I could never have imagined after Daniel's death. The house became painfully quiet. Every corner reminded me of him, his laughter, his guitar, his morning coffee mug still sitting by the window. Claire cried for a few days, but soon she changed. She stopped talking to me, started locking doors, and one morning, she left a note on my bedroom door that said, "Arthur, it's time you find another place. This is my home now." I stood there for a long time, reading that note again and again. My son had bought that house, we built parts of it together. But I didn't argue. She was grieving too, I told myself. Maybe she just needed space. But space turned into silence. She wouldn't let me eat at the table with her, wouldn't answer when I spoke. Even my old dog Max wasn't allowed inside anymore. She said, "This is not a retirement home." I moved into the small guest room near the garage and kept quiet. I told myself, Daniel wouldn't want me to fight. Weeks passed, and one afternoon, Claire came to my door holding a folder. "Arthur," she said coldly, "I've spoken to a lawyer. Daniel's property legally belongs to me now. I think it's best you move out by the weekend." Her words hit like a punch. "Claire," I said softly, "this was my son's home. I helped him buy it." She shrugged. "That doesn't make it yours." That night I sat outside under the old oak tree Daniel and I had planted together. I cried quietly, whispering to my son's memory. "You always said she had a good heart, Danny. Where did it go?" 2 days later, I packed a small bag and left. No car, no savings, just a few clothes and my son's watch. I went to stay with my old friend George, who offered me a spare room in his countryside home. I felt empty, like a ghost walking through days that no longer belonged to me. Months passed. I didn't hear from Claire once. But then one morning I got a call from Daniel's lawyer. "Mr. Andrews," he said, "Mr. Bennett, I need you to come to my office tomorrow. We're reading Daniel's final will." My hands trembled. "His will?" "Yes," the lawyer said. "Claire will be there too." When I arrived, Claire was already seated, dressed in a fancy black coat and gold jewelry, all things she'd bought using Daniel's insurance money. She gave me a mocking smile. "Didn't expect to see you here, Arthur. There's nothing for you in this." I said nothing. I just sat down and held Daniel's photo that I'd brought along. Mr. Andrews opened the will and began reading. "To my wife, Claire, I leave the car and the insurance policy we discussed. To my father, Arthur Bennett, I leave our home, the house we built together." Claire's face went pale. The lawyer continued, "If my wife, Claire, wishes to continue living in that house, she may do so only if she allows my father to live there as long as he lives. If she refuses, she forfeits all rights to the property." The room went silent. You could hear Claire's breathing turn sharp. She stood up suddenly. "This can't be right. He would never do that." Mr. Andrews looked at her calmly. "Mrs. Bennett, Daniel signed this document 6 months before his passing. It's valid and binding." I sat there in disbelief. My son, even in death, had protected me. I felt tears roll down my face, and for the first time in months I smiled. Claire stormed out, slamming the door behind her. "You'll regret this, old man," she hissed. But I didn't regret anything. Daniel had spoken justice through his love, even from the grave. A week later, I moved back into the house. It was quiet again, but peaceful this time. I cleaned Daniel's room, placed fresh flowers by his photo, and whispered, "You kept your promise, son." A few days later, Claire came by to collect her belongings. She wouldn't look at me, just grabbed her bags and muttered, "You got lucky." "No," I said softly. "I got loved." After she left, I found a letter tucked behind Daniel's framed photograph. My hands shook as I unfolded it. It read, "Dad, if you're reading this, it means I'm gone. I know you'll try to be kind, even when people don't deserve it. But please remember, you deserve peace. You spent your life building this family, and I want you to keep what we built together. Take care of Max, take care of yourself, and never stop playing the songs we used to love." I couldn't stop crying. His words were like a warm hand on my shoulder, reminding me that even though he was gone, love doesn't end, it just changes form. Now, every evening I sit by that same oak tree with Max by my side. The house feels alive again, not because of bricks and walls, but because justice was done. Sometimes neighbors stop by and ask, "Arthur, how did you manage to forgive her?" I just smile and say, "My son already handled that. He gave me something she never could, dignity. I never remarried. I didn't need to. My life now is quiet, peaceful, and full of memories that mean more than any money or house ever could." Justice doesn't always come from courts or lawyers. Sometimes it comes from love, from a son who knew his father's heart and made sure that even after he was gone, kindness wouldn't lose to cruelty. And every night, before I go to sleep, I whisper to the stars, "Thank you. Danny, you kept me safe, even from heaven."